Welcome back to Critting the Nerdverse. This is where a bunch of us, we all get together and we play our sort of take on Blades in the Dark. I am your GM. My name is John Santana. I am joined once again by Ryan, Clark, Travis, and Justin. They are going to be playing the Rebel Claws. They are a refugee crew from Mistletown who have set up shop in the love-orientated city of Amora Valley. They've been living pretty much under the radar for the past couple of months with a decent, honest, reasonably well-paying job. They've all been, making friends, making allies, sometimes rivals. And their peace was shattered as they were approached by a young girl who said they come on behalf of their friend back over in Mistletown, your lower drops, and they need help. And we left them as this young girl was boarding the crew's hideout, the Polar Express. All right. So the girl, she joins you. And she's nervous. She is very, very nervous. She is very much out of her element at this point. And that's easy to see.
I'm going to make my snide mark to Decker about how he should have invited her in instead of airing all of our business out and about, even though he doesn't think anybody's around. There could still be some ears because I invited her in. And I was like, hey, good job, friend. And I give him like a pat on the back, just kind of sarcastically and a little bitchy. And then I go get
grind my teeth, and I'm gonna close the door to the train car because she ain't wrong. And I guess I'll ask the first question. I'll ask the girl how she knows drops.
She years ago she babysat me.
I have more questions.
I am. I'm gonna look.
Why was your
babysitter
in her 40s?
I'm gonna look at the rest of the crew. And
she wasn't in her 40s back then.
She's also not in her 40s now.
Nothing in this town makes sense.
Yeah, she was. I was young, so this was 25 years ago.
I'm going to return with my tea and be like, I see you guys are doing great without me. Once again, very sarcastically. Put the tea down and be like, all right, well, while these guys have their fun, that one's over there pushing buttons. Don't mind him. What brings you here?
Yeah, I need help with something, and I couldn't think of who to contact, and I reached out to Yaloa, and she kind of pointed me in your direction. She says that you may be able to help. I don't know. I don't know how you're going to be able to help me, but
well, the good news is we do a lot of some things. So why don't you tell us what your something is, and we'll figure out if we can help you. And, we might just not tell you how we're going to do it.
Are you talking about the crime?
Death glares and daggers. I'm going to throw a spoon. I'm going to take the spoon out of the tea and throw it.
I'm going to go for one of my micro brews because this is going to be an interesting evening.
I forgot you're a hipster.
Crime.
Don't mind him. Remember how I told you they're dumb?
Yeah. Yes.
Just latch on to that.
I'm sure that's not the case. I mean,
we are very respectable people on Tuesdays.
Okay. To be honest, I'm kind of at the point now where any help would be appreciated. Obviously, I don't condone any sort of nefarious activity, but
no.
I don't have. I don't feel I've got a choice at this point.
That's fine. We all have reasons for where we are in life. Why don't you tell us what's going on, and we're gonna see if we can help you out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take a seat with my beer and just be like, if Yoloa sent you to us, kid, you have a problem. What's the problem?
My name's Juliet, by the way.
I'm gonna take a swig of my
Mm,
beer.
We're
I
not going to metagame here, okay? Could just be a real common name.
my name's Juliet. I'm just there's nothing special about me. I don't know how I'd even go about hiring you, but my grandfather, Maurice, he's not a well man. He's getting on a bit. He's definitely quite vulnerable, and part of that sort of vulnerability is he got quite addicted to gambling, and partly our fault. I mean, I blame myself for not being more attentive. I blame myself for not paying enough due diligence. But he had a string of unlucky stints over at Cupid's Casino, which it's a gamble. It happens. It's not ideal, and we would manage. But then he was approached by Serafina Rosalind. Have you heard of Serafina?
Is
So
I'm going to look
is
around
that
the
a
room
name
and
that has come up
Se-
with any of ours?
one you would know who Serafina is. You don't know Serafina personally. Not many people do.
got it.
Serafina is a socialite. She would have come up in your vicinity because she is also an art collector. Right? A lot of times with daddy's money, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And in the terms of the art collecting world, there's always been a certain element of shadiness to her. You guys are working for Valentina. Valentina is above board, whereas you don't know for certain. You've got no proof of any wrongdoings, but Valentina's always kind of hinted at dodgy dealings that Serafina may be up to.
So then we'll just kind of say, like, we've seen her around, but
So, well, Serafina approached my grandfather one day, and she offered to pay off his gambling debts. Which had I been there, I would have said no. When something seems too good to be true, it normally is. But she wanted to pay off the gambling debts in return for a valuable painting that was in my grandfather's possession. And he did. He was, he wasn't of sound mind, and he signed it over. We'd have told her where to go. We'd have told her we weren't interested, but she did that. And shortly after, even before we had any time to kind of repay the money, she came and took this painting. She took it off us, and it's been in our family for generations. Asking about it, it seems that she's done this to more people, but we don't have proof. We don't have any sort of any leg to stand on in terms of any wrongdoing or anything like that. Everything she's doing is technically legal, but it's not right. The painting, as far as I'm concerned, is gone. But I don't want her doing this to more people.
So you ain't looking to get the painting back. You wanted to get back its.
Look,
This...
if we could get the painting back, it would be, you know, a miracle. But we've got to be realistic. You know, without theft, you know, without compromising our own position, we won't realistically be able to get the painting back. But if we could, you know, if I could get any proof or any sort of tangible evidence that she is up to no good, then, you know, at least it'll stop her from doing this to anyone else.
And when you told Yoloa about this, she sent you to us?
She said she knew people who might be able to help.
I'm gonna kind of stand up, pinch the bridge of my nose. You mind if I step into the car next door with my friends here? We can kind of talk it over.
No, of course. And, you know, if you're not able to help me, that's fine. I understand.
For the time being, enjoy your tea. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Guest.
I'm
just gonna stand up and I'll kind of give like a hey, we should chat kind of head vibe. And move to the next car.
All right. Okay. So the floor is yours.
As I'm walking out, I'm just going to put a little bottle of honey next to the teacup and go, just in case, and walk out.
Oh, thank you.
Such a sweet bear.
Once we're kind of separated, we can close the intervening doors and stuff.
So we're murdering her, right?
That's my idea as well, but
and recovering the painting.
And
here's the problem.
Remember when they were like, "Hey, lay low, let the heat die down."
Here's the thing: if Yoloa sent this gal, which we don't know for sure, for us to deal with this kind of problem, when you go to the garage to get a hammer, you know what kind of thing you're hitting.
Or hear me out, we don't even have to murder. We just have to collect evidence to do this in a legal, above board fashion. That this is extortion.
And that's not bad. I like that. But we got to talk if we're even going to help this girl, because we cannot let anything get to Valentina. She is our lifeline right now. And we don't know this Juliet. I guess the ultimate question stands is, it's been a couple months since we've worked. And I know I'm itchy to do something besides fetch, but we've got a pretty good gig going on for the time being right now.
I'm gonna hold up a finger to the crew to get everybody to pause for a minute. And I'm gonna fling open the door, like, not overly aggressive, but not exactly like slow either, and look over at Juliet. What was the name of the painting?
And she will tell you the name of the painting. I didn't press
Is it,
that far ahead.
Does the painting ring is like a known piece? Is it is it like saying, oh, I have a Monet or whatever?
I think probably if you were to ask Valentina about it, she could potentially know. I think it's probably a painting that's not massively well known in like common circles, but I think if you are an art collector, and this painting has probably been mentioned in your vicinity at some point.
All right, so we're not looking at Mona Lisa, we're looking at Jupiter Eats His Children.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, because
interesting reference point, but all right.
Yeah. So
Ryan's
we are
history degree finally coming in handy.
Francisco Goya's. You know what? I'm just gonna skip right past it. Yep. Okay. Cool. I have an idea what we're dealing with here.
As somebody who does
gonna be
not
people
know
in the comments going, yes, exactly that.
I knew tuning into this would be worth it.
Ryan's gonna meet other art history majors.
Yeah, as someone who does not know art, I'm just going to go, yes.
Yes.
Exactly that.
I know
Yeah,
the
as soon
artwork.
as-
I just feel like it was a weird one to pick.
As soon as she tells me the name of the art piece, I'm just gonna say okay and like not say thank you or anything like that, and then just kind of like slam the door closed and turn back and look at the group.
I'm gonna uncringe my face in preparing for the worst of what that encounter was going to be. We also have the option of telling her we'll look into it and going about our very good skill sets with our new friends and finding out a little bit more information before we jump into this.
Okay, so my understanding is we got random girl in the car that is asking us for help, and we're gonna do it.
We're going to consider it after
So he's
further
gonna
analysis.
he's gonna visibly kind of like relax, exhale. He's be like, "That's good because I really wanted to do something else." Okay.
As
Here's
in,
the
you
other thing.
wanted to do this, or you want to do something other than this job?
No, I wanted to do this. Like the gig that Valentina's hooked us up with is fantastic and all. Like I got no complaints. It's been real nice. It's just a little repetitive. Additionally, if this girl's been doing it to a whole bunch of people, that means she's probably got a stockpile of these valuable pieces. That's
We only have to give
interesting
one
information.
back.
Yeah.
We don't even have to
information.
give it back.
Yeah, painting was lost. Even the girl said so.
Yeah, true.
It's already been sold.
The debt's been canceled. We can just rack up new debt with their family and get them their painting back.
Oh.
Said the scummiest man in the room.
Yeah. I like it.
So here's the other thing. Given where we are, if we can kind of build up a reputation as being like heroes of the people, maybe it helps out Yoloa back home, because that's the angle she was playing, is we helped out everybody, right? Like we released the Christmas spirit. This could work in our favor.
We can also bump Valentina's reputation, because like we helped people, gave back valuable artworks to the community, and now she's the only game in town. And everybody realizes she's like above board game.
Like that. Are we going to be good guys?
Were we good guys to begin with?
We were good guys last time. What do you mean?
Yeah. We've always been good guys.
We killed a demon and saved Christmas. Like, we are the good guys.
Yeah, and out of all of us, only one shot Santa.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, he's not even here.
True. Has anybody seen Cricket? You know what? I don't even want to know. Okay. Nope. So I guess we talk to the girl, we get as much information as we can, and we take this gig.
Maybe.
Having the gigs that fall into our lap always make me a little nervous. But it's been a minute, and so far, everybody here likes us okay.
I'm going to pointedly look at Deckard and just be like, no more supernatural contracts. And I'm going to like visibly like poke him in the chest.
I'm just going to like jerk back every time he prick pokes me.
In regards to this one.
We got to keep people honest. Okay.
I'm going to poke him one more time aggressively, but not say anything.
I won't brand the girl. It'll be fine. Okay. Anybody, before we go back in there and we start talking to this girl, let's get it out in the open. Concerns.
I'm going to need new knives.
Good point. Our reserves, looks at the GM above the table, our gear reserves, they're okay? They're pretty good?
Yeah, your gear is pretty much what you had. In this system, obviously, you pick your loadout before the heist. So that's going to obviously, if and when you decide to take this on, that's kind of when you're going to decide what you're going to be carrying. Not necessarily what you need, how much you're going to be carrying. You decide what you need in the moment.
As you go,
yeah.
I do kind of like that system. That's kind of
cool. It's really cool.
Like, I brought really cool. Stuff.
Yeah.
I've got X amount of stuff. What stuff? Stuff.
It feels like kind of like a mom purse where I just reach into it and I pull shit out. And I'm like, yeah.
The Mary Poppins bag where it's like,
yeah.
Just pulling out a lamp.
Armor. I was looking it up. Armor works like this as well. So if you have armor, if you check armor, that means you've used part of your loadout as well. It's great.
Okay. So before we go back in there and we're talking to her again, other than Valentina and the people we've met working for Valentina, does anybody have connections to this family or this section of the art world? Anybody worked with this Serafina before?
No, but I'm sure Dante can point me in the right direction.
Yeah, we can go talk to the Oracle.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, shit, I guess let's go be good guys.
Again.
Get your boots.
Weird. I'm going to fling the door open again.
Ah!
So I'll walk back in and kind of, and I'm going to play it off real heavy that, you know, Jingle was really like supporting Juliet. Just, you know, like the rest of us kind of had to be coaxed into it, you know. And definitely not that Deckard was chomping at the bit to do something besides, you know, work.
I'm gonna roll my eyes really aggressively so much that everyone can hear it.
But okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you, girl. Just knowing Yaloa is gonna be what gets you in the door here, and because you seem well like you, we might look into it. I'm gonna not make no promises with you. I say, casting a glance over at Tommy. But maybe we can help. I don't know yet.
No, I mean, if you can, honestly, I can't. I don't have money to pay you, but
That's okay. Yaloa has got you covered.
Thank you so much. And look, please, even if you can't, don't feel bad. Don't just. You've tried. You've looked into it, and that's more than anyone's done for me.
I'm gonna cast a glance at the rest of the crew. Like, is this chick for real? Okay, you said she's done this a lot. Do you have an idea of how many people she's got a hold of? This grifter.
I've managed to speak to about 6 or 7, and it's always a similar MO. It's always to do with the casino. There is, it's always gambling debt. Because a lot of times, people with that sort of debt, they're embarrassed about it. They don't want their loved ones to find out, and she's always there. She's always kind of providing this aid, but there's a huge collateral, and when people can't pay up, which isn't, they're not given enough time.
Is it always artwork, or is she playing like real estate and stuff?
It's always, I mean, most times it's artwork, but of different types, not always paintings. It's, that's, sometimes sculptures, stuff like that.
Sculptures, artifacts, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll look into it, girl. You got a safe way to get home?
Yeah, I know my way around. I know this part of town's a bit seedier, but I'm sure I'll manage. And
it's okay. Tommy, you think you can take this girl home?
On it.
He'll make sure you stay safe.
Thank you very much.
And definitely not at all just figure out where she lives.
I'm also going to grab my greatsword on the way out the door. Which, by the way, the scabbard for my greatsword is wrapped in red and white dyed leather, so it's wrapped up like a candy cane.
Oh, all right, fair enough. So
you need any help right now? You need some. I'm gonna look over at Jingle and just kind of take this. You need some food or?
No. I've got food. Thank you very much. I appreciate you even looking into this for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to escort Juliet back to her residence. Before she leaves, to go inside, I'm just going to look her dead in the face and with, my most serious and intimidating look, let her know not to contact us again, that we will contact her.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. And you take her to her place, and it is, I'll say, quite a modest residence. Nothing. It looks like these people were reasonably comfortable. There's
But maybe not somebody who has a stupidly expensive piece of artwork.
Potentially, but then again, that could be inheritance. That could be something that's kind of been handed down.
Kind of a
Yeah,
vibe
like
of old money kind of thing.
yeah, quite possibly. It doesn't give you the impression. It doesn't seem too out of sorts,
Okay.
but yeah, she yeah, of course, and she'll probably give you like a contact number or something. If you want to contact me here, please take this.
I'm not even gonna like look at it or read it. I'm just gonna immediately stuff it in a pocket, and then without saying another word, just leave.
And she'll go inside.
Once Tommy gets back and we get that kind of report about like the nature of her house and that kind of stuff. So it looks like
I already forgot her address.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
It looks like this is legitimately just some innocent little girl that belongs to an up and up family that got conned by some grifter, and Yoloa sent it to us to solve it. You didn't see nobody else following you. You ran into no problems getting to her place.
Nope.
That feel weird to anybody else? I'm gonna roll a cigarette, just like, man, something's off.
I'm concerned with how connected this is to the casino suddenly.
Well,
Don't
here's
you work
rule.
at the casino?
I like the casino.
Well, here's rule number 1, and I'll say it with a cigarette
works
between.
At the casino. I work at the burlesque show.
That's true.
Rule number 1's going to be we cannot let any of this splash on Valentina. I'm talking, we start looking into it and it gets squirrely, we fucking bail.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the crew, who's got the best relationship with Valentina?
I'll let you guys decide that. Ooh. Who do you think?
Well, Deckard relies a lot on his practiced charismatic state, swapping between being super charming and being kind of a nobody that you ignore. Given the fact of how much heat we actually had and still have, I don't know that I would have pushed a relationship with the Upsup too much. Do we have any intermediaries we deal with? Do we have like an immediate liaison or a boss?
Yeah, I mean, it is an organization after all. So you would probably have a manager or a supervisor. Mr. Duggan.
Question, actually, in our time working, has it always been, I don't know how to put this, like traditional or mundane art, or have we trafficked in like magic pieces at all?
With Valentina, for the most part, it's been traditional art.
Okay.
Maybe the odd magical thing, but maybe there is a painting which kind of changes depending on your mood, sort of thing.
Okay. So we be super careful about that. Our checklist before we actually get into the actual mechanics of like planning the job. We got to make sure nothing gets back to Valentina about this. We got to make sure that we don't get famous on this one
until we're done.
And that's if we can play the hero angle. If shit goes sideways, we didn't touch it.
It's unfortunate that Cricket did this again.
Indeed, yeah. That rogue bastard.
Our default fall guy.
Oh, that's amazing.
Just gonna rename him Patsy.
And the good news is we are in a position where we can talk to some people that might know some of this. We're in with the art community already. Okay. I guess GM, we doing the roll-ups?
Okay, well, like I said, let's put some spin on this. Let's put some flavor on it, and just kind of, we're not doing the rolls yet. Come on. I want to see what you guys get up to. Yes, Travis.
I'm gonna go down to the burlesque lounge which I know is the home of the Velvet Whispers, which is an intelligence gathering organization. And see if I can pay for their services to get me some information.
Okay.
I'm willing to offer up my share of coin from the Star Tower heist.
From the vaults. Yeah.
Oh, that's a substantial amount.
Not all of it, obviously. But
Hey, hold on.
Let's not get carried away, all right?
You can have one.
I'm willing to pay good coin for it, not all of my good coin for it.
Oh, so you can deduct like a coin off your thing if you want. All right. So what sort of thing are you looking for? What sort of information?
I want as much family history and business dealings from Juliet's family as I could possibly get my hands on.
Ooh.
I want to know everything that they have ever been up to, going back at least a few generations. I want to know where their money come from, how they got a hold of this painting in the first place, if that can be found out, and any potential underhanded dealings that they may have been involved with in the past.
Okay, so the thing that's going to happen here is they're going to turn around and kind of go, all right, that sort of information is going to take time. This isn't something, we don't know who this family is. We've never heard of them. But we can dig. So if you're happy to wait a day or two,
I'll put like another little small pile of coins to thank them for their speed and discretion, and then I will let them get to work and head back to the Polar Express.
Okay. So they're going to get back to you in a day or two. No, you from their reputation and from what you've heard of them, they're good at what they do. All right. I saw Clark. Were you putting a finger up there? And
oh yeah, I was waiting for you to tell him what information that they had first, and then I was off to do my action with friends.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna make you wait because it is something that is a delay. So, but yes, what would you like to do?
I am going to tootle myself on down to the apothecary and ask my friend there if he has any kind of truth serums for purchase.
Oh, I'll tell you what. You can give me a luck roll.
And what might that be?
Okay, so a luck roll is just going to be 1d6.
It's always one.
Bargain. Take a devil's bargain.
Don't start that shit yet.
I got a 1, which I assume is like golf, and the lowest is the bestest number.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it is not now. Now, let me just check the rulebook. No, yeah, one still bad. Yeah, I did have to check.
One on a luck roll? That can't be good.
Okay,
Jingle Bella makes her own luck, so when she rolls, obviously,
All right, so with that, and by the way, I'm really glad that you're carrying on the tradition of the lurks being
rolls,
terrible rollers.
Combined, we have one good lurk.
No, you don't.
We actually just have 2 bad lurks.
Yes.
So yeah, with that, it's like truth serum. No, I don't even know how to go about that. I mean, obviously, you've got different sort of substances that may lower inhibitions, and you may be able to use that, but there's nothing that will get someone to tell the truth.
Well, I guess booze will have to do it, and then I just leave, kind of like kicking the ground, like, oh, and then I am gonna go invite Dante and Nikolai to brunch and see if I can use that to get the bottomless mimosas to get them to spill the beans. And I hope I don't have a luck roll.
We will come back to that. Okay, so who wants to go next? Because this is the gathering information portion.
So I'll step in.
Yep.
I got two things. The first is I'm going to activate my weaving the web ability, which lets me set up a network of informants when gathering information on the target for a score.
Ooh, interesting.
And so I suppose in this particular instance, that wouldn't necessarily be the girl or her family. It would be Seraphina and her vaults, as it were. So do I have any information that I can glean from my weaving the web about Seraphina and how she works, where she's at, that kind of thing?
Okay, so what sort of resources would you kind of be using? Let's get some sort of world building and some flavor on this. So what would you kind of go about doing? How would you go about it?
Well, I might combine both my ideas into one then. So with Mystique, my ally here in town, she has gives me the ability to be a go-to contact for acquiring tools that enhance the crew's abilities, or, and here's the part I got stuck on, gather information through mystical means. And
Interesting.
so I think I would like to have it set up where several of my informants use things like divinations, maybe.
Hmm.
Everything from flipping cards to looking in the crystal ball kind of
All right.
deal. To see if I can determine anything about Seraphina and her lineup.
Breathing
Okay.
in some of Tommy's recreational substances to achieve a higher state of consciousness.
As it were.
Okay, so I will give you something for that. So you kind of set up this network, and do you partake in any of this?
Oh yeah, that's how I relieve
Yeah.
stress. You kidding?
Yeah. All right. So you kind of like between you and where is it? I'm lost everything now. So yeah, you use that and you use your contact. What was her name again? I've lost it.
Mystique at the Ephemeral
Mystique.
Emporium.
That's it. So yeah, I've lost everything. But anyway, so you go there and I'm with Mystique and with like the network of people that is that because she was connected, wasn't she? To the
Yeah, she's the right hand woman for Madame Rosalind at the cartel.
So yeah, with that and her sort of connections with this gang, they do manage to do some divination, and you guys kind of see sort of like a blurry sort of like a blurry image of a person who you believe to be Seraphina, and you follow her in, for the most part, what seems to be day to day, but it is kind of clipped. You get to see her in one part, in another part, and this, that, and the other, and you get a clear image of her interacting with a person. This person is dressed quite uniquely. He's dressed in what you kind of see to be sort of like snake skin. Snakeskin boots, snakeskin jacket, sort of thing. But the snakeskin itself is sort of a crimson red. And with that, once all this is over, Mystique will tell you that that is a higher up in a rival gang called the Crimson Serpents.
Okay. And I'll ask Mystique just kind of flat out: are they involved in anything in particular? Are they kind of just switch hitters?
The Crimson Serpents are ruthless. They're considered to be a ruthless gang. It's run by a gentleman called Victor Bloodstone. They specialize in blackmail and extortion.
They sound like great people.
Tommy's gonna have some fun.
Sounds like I can fight these guys.
So that is what you figure out. And so going back to Zivol.
So I am going to use my good buddy Lorenzo Valenti, who hosts the high stakes poker game at the casino, to get into said poker game and try and see what I can find out from the other casino guys in the high stakes game about the
trying to inside
services.
All right. Okay, so
I'm playing poker.
I'm just trying to find it. Okay, so you go. Excuse me. Where is it? Minor players. Okay, so you go see Lorenzo Lucky Valenti. And he walks in. He's, hello, my friend. How are you today?
I'm very well.
It is wonderful to see you.
Of course.
Please, come this way. Come this way. Are you playing with us today?
Of course.
Yes. Okay. Great. Wonderful. I have a perfect table for you. How is life? How is life treating you?
I mean, life's going well. Got a few questions that might need some answering, but I'm hoping some of the other people around here might be able to answer them for me.
Yeah, you don't need to deal with them. I answered your questions. You and I are friends, are we not?
Of course we are.
I answered your question.
So I've been looking into Sarah. Oh, what was her name? Serafina?
Okay. Rosalind. Serafina Rosalind. Yeah.
That's the one. And
she's a
apparently,
bitch.
Apparently she's been talking to a lot of your customers after they rack up debts here and clearing them for them.
Whoa. Shh. Whoa. You crazy. You keep the voice down.
Sorry.
Okay. You cannot be talking. I mean, this is a poker table. You've got microphones everywhere, and you gotta be careful, man. Okay. So Serafina. All right. She is let's just say she's friends with my boss. Manager, you know him, Cassius?
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to be very, very friendly. I do not know the nature of their relationship, but I know I think there may be something going on. I cannot say.
Shuffling each other's decks, shall we say?
I like it. I will use that in the future. So yes, I mean, she coming here. She see him. They go to his office a lot of times. I do not know what the nature of their relationship is, but I think he may be a little, let's just say, taken back with this person.
Okay.
But as for the debt, unfortunately, we cannot. We can only look out for people so much. If people have a serious problem, then we do kind of try get them help as much as possible.
Of course.
But,
well, thank you for the information, and then I'll leave like a stack of chips. And
always a pleasure, my good friend.
See you soon.
Hopefully so. All right. Okay, so with that, does anyone want to do anything else in this kind of gathering information portion?
I have one more before Clark runs off and has brunch.
All right, yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna go talk to the Oracle.
All right.
I was going to do the same thing.
Do you want to just meet up with the Oracle?
I was going to say, should we go together?
I'll say you guys like serendipity meet up and just great minds.
Because it's a Mora Valley. It's a meet cute.
Exactly.
I hold hands with the bear on the way in.
Oh, bother.
I'm just gonna change my name to Robin Christoph real quick.
Oh, that's not bad for a pun thief name, actually.
Huh. Wish I'd have known you were gonna be a bear before we started picking character names. But no,
same.
No, we're gonna.
All right, so you guys go in and see the Oracle. So,
Zaval, I'll let you take the lead on this one.
Well, I was coming to try and get some information and perhaps some blackmail material on Cassius.
Okay. So
That's
how are you going?
Looking for.
How are you going about it?
Bill, with the Oracle's specialty being like digital, getting intel from digital networks, we should start looking at the flow of money.
Yes.
I think that would be probably the most expeditious route to find where shady dealings are happening, is just unexplained transactions or sums of money being moving from one place to the other.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you walk
Bank
in,
account
and
details.
I imagine quite a darkened room, as the Oracle doesn't work alone. They will have sort of henchmen and whatnot. But you know her, you know Lena, and you were brought into this sort of dark, dank room where there is just like a wall of monitors, and Lena is just in front of it, typing away. You're going to look over. What do you two want?
I'm just gonna flop into like a nearby chair with a big grin on my face, and then go ahead and just kick my feet up on the edge of the desk, knowing full well that she's probably gonna slap my feet away as soon as they get up there. But
don't touch the equipment. Don't touch the equipment. Get off the equipment.
Just part of the game, and then I'll pick my feet up and set them on the ground.
Thank you.
Well, we need some help accessing a little information, and we felt that you and your infinite amount of skills would be the best fit for what we're looking for, because you're obviously the best here in town.
Wise choice.
I mean, they like to think that I'm the idiot, but I know who to come see when I need important information.
Okay, so you are buttering me up, but come on.
Well, here comes the big ask.
Yeah.
I need you to look into the financial records of Cassius, the owner of Cupid's Casino.
Okay, I mean, that shouldn't be too hard to find. I mean, he's a manager of a casino. He's got to be quite transparent.
Well, we want to find where he's not transparent.
Fair.
And any connections he may have to Serafina Rosalind.
All right. Okay. What's it worth to you? I don't do this shit for free, man.
Zavol's just going to hold up like a bag of coin, be like, about this much, and like toss it towards.
Thank you. Okay, so let's have a look. Cassius. And she begins sort of typing away.
I'm going to slowly lean back in my chair and try and get a foot up on the table.
Don't fucking think about it.
I think this might be my favorite NPC so far.
So she's not even looking at you, but the moment you kind of like start, it's like, nope. It's almost like a sixth sense at this point.
Or 57 hidden cameras.
Or 57 hidden cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So Cassius. All right. Okay. So financially, financially, the guy's not doing too bad. Not really enough for me to want to marry him. But, he's doing all right for himself. Nothing seems to be out of sorts. But then again, anything that is could be air gapped. So in that regard, there's only so much I can find out. But let's start having a look at like social. And she begins doing this like in-depth check. She's checking his financial records. She's checking any potential sort of legal matters. She's he had a parking fine a couple of years ago. That was paid off in full quite quickly. Nothing really suspicious, and she's delving deep. And she goes,
I feel like while she's doing this as well, like me and Thomas are just sitting there like nodding along as if we know what she's talking about. Like, yeah.
Yeah, you are seeing sort of windows pop up and then disappear, and then another one pop up and then disappear. And she is very good at what she does. And at one point she kind of goes, okay. All right, so Serafina, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that pompous prick of a socialite daddy's money bullshit?
That's the one.
Nail on the head.
Yeah, he is definitely very active across social media when it comes to her. Like very active.
Are we talking like liking pictures, commenting? What are we talking about active? That I'm not there.
To all the thirst traps.
Sliding into those DMs.
Yeah, there does seem to be a lot of activity. There's part reactions on nearly everything she fucking posts.
Jesus.
It is, everything she puts out, he's sharing. He's definitely promoting her, and she's got an event coming up. Oh, that's, potentially interesting. She's got an event coming up. She's showing off artwork, and she is actually doing it at Cupid's Casino. So yeah, I'm definitely getting some stalker vibes.
I'm gonna lean over to Zavol and just be like, so do you think they're in cahoots, or is he just a simp?
Bit of both. I think he's simping and he's doing stuff for her, hoping to get something out of it.
Bit of both. A simp with connections.
Yes, essentially.
I think she's using it.
Yeah.
Well, it's just poke a bunch of holes in his happiness balloon, and I'm just gonna kind of push my chair back to where it goes and head for the door with my information.
Yeah. I'm going to thank Lena very, very much and head out the door and leave a little jar of honey.
I'm gonna wave at her and tell her I'll catch her next time at the burlesque show, and to say hi to Rex if they cross paths, since she knows full well that he and I have beef.
One day you two are going to just have to get in a room and see what happens. I'm getting vibes.
He'll have
to hug it out.
Oh, you said hug. I said make. All right.
Oh, I said hug.
No, I think and you what is with the fucking honey? Seriously,
it's good. Try it.
She'll put it down to one side and she'll just get a donut.
Honey on the donut.
Actually, that doesn't sound terrible.
It's amazing.
All right. Weren't you two leaving?
Yeah.
Gonna,
favorite NPC.
I'm gonna give her like a squint, like I'm pretend mad, and then I'm gonna grab a donut on my way out.
You can fuck off.
I'll wave like real big.
Rick,
I'm in love with her. We need to keep her.
I can't wait for your social security just get hacked or something weird in this game.
And now we know how his time card got messed up.
I say it's amazing that she can do all of these things, but still not fix my goddamn time card.
Oh no, she can.
She
won't,
because
I guess.
you keep stealing her donuts.
You stole a donut. That time card's gone.
If anything, she's made you later than you were.
She's replaced my criminal history with a whole bunch of crimes that I obviously did not commit. Like,
Right. Smuggling
just-
beagles.
yeah, like illegal use of pesticides on government property. Like,
Yeah, just like stuff like you've just racked up so many jaywalking tickets, they are actually gonna throw you in fucking jail.
Right. Can you imagine
You're a
being the
felony
police officer
jaywalker.
that it pulls it up and it's like, this guy has 12,000 jaywalking tickets.
Like,
the
there's
joy
not
would
enough
be me
hours in
getting
the day.
caught jaywalking when they come to arrest me for it. I really feel like the coincidental time that actually happens.
SWAT teams rappelling down the side of buildings.
He's doing it again.
just a shotgun full of beanbag bullets into the back. Like,
Oh, man. Okay,
all
so
All right, so we've got that information. So I will say that in this due time, your connections come back to you regarding Juliet's family. All right, so from what you gather, should I say from what they've gathered, Juliet's family is a modest family. There's no sort of spikes in money. There's no sort of anything like that. But they have insurance records. And the insurance records going back a long time, longer than Juliet's been alive, show this painting. So that kind of lends creed to it being a family heirloom.
this kind of soothes my fear of this potentially being a double cross from Juliet.
Yeah.
Which was why I was having that family investigated. I was like, is she saying this is her
Yeah.
painting, or does she just really want this painting?
yeah, I had the
But
same
she didn't
thing
even
whenever.
want the painting.
Yeah, she didn't even want the painting
Want
back,
the
right? Like she's
painting,
just looking for vengeance. Oh, we got Clark's brunch coming up too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. So you
Now,
meet up with
question.
Dante Nikolai.
By the time I get to brunch, do I know what Tweedledee and Tweedledum learned from the Mystique?
How do you think? Do you know, this is more your sort of
What's the
perception
tech?
of?
Like, would they have texted me?
Oh yeah. Do we have
I mean,
phones
obviously,
and such?
yeah. I mean, you've got
We've still got our comms.
you've got
from
Lena.
last time,
You've
haven't
got Lena, who's basically surfing the internet. It's not a leap to say, yeah, you'll have a phone.
we? Yeah.
All right.
I would like
Okay,
to have a
that
pager
changes
'cause
some
I'm
of my.
It's a Nokia brick.
It's a bag phone.
that he hasn't charged in 8 years.
That's actually my backup weapon. I beat when I actually want to hurt somebody, I hit them with the Nokia phone.
Because that might change my questions if I
Okay.
know what they
All right.
found out about the event.
So quick
I'll let you
question
guys decide that.
for the crew here. Knowing that we are in a tech savvy place, we had some pretty tech savvy stuff in Christmas Town too.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to have established some kind of like shorthand or code? That way, if let's say the Oracle, who's now irritated about donuts, gets into our text records, it doesn't look damning.
Good news is I'm
I would
old and I'm
say
not going to know how
so.
to use my phone.
So I will, as far as me sharing with the group, I'll share that I have some vital information. I don't know how to put it into a code per se, but
We can
effectively
pretend it's in code because I am not going to remember a code. No.
But effectively sharing, we have another player in town. There's a rival gang that seems to be working for our target that are well established and have a brutal reputation.
I'm not going to worry about code at all and send an indecipherable old man text.
That none of us understand.
A bunch of accidental emojis and stuff.
No, you're probably trying to replicate the sort of text shorthand and just getting it all wrong.
Absolutely.
It's actually
wrong.
Morse code, and we just all can't
Like-
figure it. It's just dots.
Like,
It's just
And, like,
it's just periods and
'cause, like-
underscores.
Yeah. Because like I'm with him, I'll just look at what he said and then I'll just translate because obviously I'm standing next to him and I know what he's trying to say.
Less.
So you guys will just get
There you
another
go.
text that's just like he means this, guys.
and you kind of look at them side by side and just kind of go, "Oh yeah."
I see how you got there.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay, I don't know why there's like an ampersand in that, but
It's just leet speak poorly done. Like,
yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to pretend like I know about the event that's coming up
Yeah.
as I go into brunch.
okay. All right, so you describe the scene for me. What does this look like?
I mean, classic. Well, we're going to be back booth corner, very kind of, Geralt in the inn. Just back of the booth, real kind of shady, bottomless brunch. So it's going to be one of those towers with just mimosas. I'm paying, of course, because I am a wonderful friend. I invited you. So I'm going to have Dante and Nikolai, and I am going to kind of just, the normal kind of gossip, talk of the town, because they're all information boys and they want the information I have. I'm giving like very vague and or like well-known gossip, but that could be construed as some kind of value. I'm going to let them continue to drink, going to continue to order on their behalf while I kind of like sip mine. And I'm like, oh no, guys, I've had like 5 of these. I am super tipsy, and just like continuously get them drunk because I couldn't get this truth serum that apparently doesn't exist, but I'm not bitter about it. So
all
that's
you,
kind
all
of
Roofie
where
in
I'm
our
getting
contacts
to.
here.
yeah, all you had to do was roll better.
That is fair, and I don't like it.
Big ask. Big ask.
How
Hi.
dare you
High numbers better. That's
ask me something you know I can't do?
All right, so yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, please carry on.
So I was reading through the setting information that you sent us, and I think my favorite thing about what we're doing right now is the fact that all of Amora Vale has very whimsical transportation. It's all like gondolas and fairy lights and like horse-drawn carriages and stuff. And so we have our crew of like, with the exception of Jingle Bella, who blends in better than most, these like hardened criminals that are trying to dress appropriate, all kind of like stomping into a gondola and just sitting as we get punted down to go to our different places,
And you guys ever play Heroes of the Storm?
Yes.
No, I don't believe I have.
Cho'Gall when
Yes.
Yeah. Just picks up the horse.
Instead of me like riding in the carriage, I just pick up the carriage and then run.
Sorry, I didn't mean to intervene in that.
No,
I just
it's
noticed
quite
that.
good.
I'm going to imagine I've gotten them good and at least tipsy. So they're not like trashed, but they're like happy and more willing to share information.
Yeah,
Gossipy.
so with that, they, at first they kind of notice that you're not drinking as fast, but as the time kind of progresses, that awareness seems to diminish. So at the beginning, it's like you're not drinking, and you're just kind of maybe taking it easy, sort of thing. But they're carrying on, and I'm assuming that the moment that they're getting to like the bottom of their drink, you're ordering another one, and initially there's a bit of reluctance. Oh no, come on, it's early in the day. It's I really shouldn't be doing this.
It's only one because it never gets empty.
You're not wrong, and they'll carry on, and bit by bit they're becoming looser. So the information that you're given initially isn't massively relevant to you. Gossip here and gossip there, but as the brunch continues and you get further and further into it, the gossip becomes a bit more salacious, becomes a bit more interesting, and that's when you kind of go, right, now I can start pushing, or I can start prodding them in the right direction. So without actually asking, you kind of nudge them in the right direction. Oh, what did I see Serafina do the other day, sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and play up my beef with Xavier and be like, oh my gosh, I heard this from Xavier the other day, and you know you can't trust anything that man says.
This is a prick.
Yeah, and he told me that Serafina is running some games on the down low.
I mean, we all know who the real manager of the casino is. You didn't hear that. You did not hear that from me.
I would never.
Just keep it to yourself.
And I'm gonna look at Dante, who does disguises, and say, like, speaking of the casino, I hear that there's an event coming up, and I was wondering if you had any insight into what the service employees were going to be wearing, since you do fashion for all these high class events. I'm sure you've been contacted about this.
You know, I can't talk about certain things with certain socialite customers that may or may not have hired me to design the outfits for their events. You know, I can't say anything about that. No matter how many sequins they're wearing and whatever color they, as gauche as it may be, you know, the whole crimson thing, you know, I can't talk about that. I can't talk about crimson sequins at all.
That's fair. You are a professional, and
I
respect
I am a professional.
the anonymity that you give your clients.
Yeah, that is, or how that, a certain casino manager may or may not be footing the bill just because he's got a massive crush on Daddy's girl. But anyway.
Called it Simp King.
Let's see. What else do I want to? I'm thinking internally, like, what else? What other fun information? Do you happen to know? And I will now kind of look at Nikolai, who's the former spy. I'd be like, oh my gosh, the casino has such exquisite architecture. Like, what's your favorite? I don't want to say weak point because that's too obvious. What's your favorite, like, entry point into a casino? Are you like a front door type of person? Maybe an upper window?
The entendre is there.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of like.
It's there. It's like, no, I mean, the easiest way into the casino, obviously, is the front door. I mean, it's a business after all. You can just walk in. But, it's, I mean, if you're asking, like, with my background, what I would potentially do is, because I don't gamble. I don't do anything like that. But going like through the front door and maybe casing the joint, you may get to have a look at where the different entry points. Security in a casino is always going to be high. It's always going to be tough. Any doors that you go through, they're going to be controlled. They're going to be, they're going to be monitored. Cameras are going to be everywhere. You'd have to kind of figure out how to at least temporarily disable that before you tried making ingress. I mean, the gaming floor, they're going to let anybody in. They're going to let anybody in at all. They're there to make money. You're a customer. No one's none the wiser. Getting into the back, that's going to take a bit more sort of savvy. You may need to kind of lean on maybe a couple of members of staff, or you definitely you wouldn't be able to get into a casino not by any traditional means, not without serious
air
planning.
vents?
They would have air vents, but those air vents will be those air vents, you wouldn't be able to fit a human body down there, or even someone like yourself would struggle in air vents.
Do you know? Do you happen to know any of the high-end patrons that will be there, as you have many political connections. I assume you'd be in the know. Flattery, 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 flattery.
I mean, you know, I make it my job to know. You know, there's you know, maybe Madame Rosalind might be there. Maybe the mayor, Amadeus Amori. I don't know if you know him. He might be there as well. If you're lucky, Cupid himself may be there, but he's rarely seen these days.
Okay, I think that's kind of like it for my questions. So I will put down enough money to pay the tab plus like snacks if they want to order something, and I'll be like, kisses, thank you guys, bye.
Kisses,
Choose.
bye.
And then be off on my way.
All
and
right,
the entire time they're like, wow, she's walking awfully straight for somebody who's drunk. And I'm like,
no, they're not even thinking that.
Oh, perfect.
They're at the point where their awareness is almost nil at this point. They're not blind drunk, but the things that you probably think they notice,
Not far off
they
it.
they don't. You know what I mean?
Solid brunch.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody want to do anything else in regards to information gathering?
I do have one more, just because it's standard procedure. I want to see if I can get access to. I know it's a little early for that, but the spider items for blueprints, because I mean, if we're gonna hit a casino, we might as well lean into the meme.
Yeah, go for it. Okay, so who would you approach for blueprints?
Given the nature of what we are doing, I think I'm going to go talk to the ally. In this case, I was looking at the wrong one. Oh, shit. Do I happen to have anybody in my network that I formed that might have access to that kind of stuff, or do I need to go schmoosh the Oracle?
Okay, so we're gonna make it a luck roll.
Luck roll, okay.
To see if there's anybody in your immediate vicinity who might.
It's just one die, yeah.
Just give me one die.
I got a 6. Sorry, they're terrible to see, but
nice. All right, so with that, it is a success. So you do have
expecting that to bomb out so bad.
You do. I mean, I think everybody's kind of hoping you went to see the Oracle again. She's quite popular. But no, you do have someone in your vicinity. Like one of the members of the gang. They probably work at some sort of architectural firm, and for the right price, they may be able to kind of, you know, get you some blueprints.
Since I'm involved so heavily with the Whispering Cartel and Mystique and such, instead of using my coin, could I translate that into like potions and amulets and such? Pay them in magic gear.
You're speaking their language. I don't see why not.
Trade trinkets.
Yeah, I mean that's what we do, right? We're magic gear people, so
you know, you trade your friendship bracelets and
mood rings.
Mood rings, magical mood rings.
I would like to lodge a formal complaint that we're robbing a casino and you have an unfair advantage on casino knowledge.
So yeah, that's gonna be the last thing I do before I meet up with everybody else. Is like once I know we're looking at the casino, we're looking at these kind of people. It's like, well, gonna need blueprints because it's a casino. So
yeah, I mean they're not easy to get. They are quite hard to get. It's not a straightforward thing, but you are able to get blueprints.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Back to the train.
I would like to go on the free tour that they offer at the casino.
I mean, like obviously from previous,
it's not free because playing games.
prior experience, again, casino industry. When a punter would come up and they would kind of go, right, I don't know what I'm doing, never really been in a casino. Part of my job as a host of that casino would be to kind of take them around, show them the electronic gaming, show them all the tables, and then introduce them to the dealers and just kind of say, oh, this is so-and-so, this is the game they deal. They will happily show you how to play if you take a seat at the table.
Wonderful. I would like to have the little tour, and then I'm hoping we end on craps. And I will play there and make wonderful friends with the dealer because I will bet for them on my turn. I will let them play around the world. So we'll do that. And I would like to make friends with this dealer.
All right. So you are taken. You head into the reception, and what you first kind of see is the process of ingress into the casino. So first, you've got door staff, you've got security staff that are outside. They're very polite, they're very courteous, they don't grill you in any way, but you can tell that when they're speaking to you, they're looking for certain things. They're keeping an eye out. How are you sober? You're not. Have you had too much to drink? Potentially not, sort of thing. They're kind of looking very, very intently at you to see if they recognize you from anything. But after that, it's, okay, please come in, sort of thing. They allow you in, and then you are shown to a reception desk where they will ask you to sign in. All right. That, again, in my experience, always involved a form of ID and whatnot, sort of thing, which they will check against their records to see if you've been barred or anything like that.
And I want to set up a player's card so that I get points when I gamble.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's hugely important. They push on that as well. Okay, so here's our card, and when you gamble, you get points. You can claim those points. It's a bullshit thing that you're never really going to get anything off, but
it tracks how much money I gamble at the establishment and lets them know if I am a whale or not, which is my new intent.
Here's the question: are you using your real name?
Oh, no, I'm using whatever Travis's name is.
Okay, so Thomas Lightfoot.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, cool. All right.
I don't have any art to sell.
But question is, do you have any ID?
Of course I do. I took it off of him. He leaves his wallet everywhere.
Oh, all man, right. I could have set up fine for IDs, and I didn't.
I really just want it to be his ID with like a little cutout picture of me, like pasted over the picture section.
This is like terrible forgery.
Yeah, and I'm gonna roll luck on this. I am fine with that.
The picture's not even straight.
Right. Okay,
it's not even cover all of my head.
It's just like glue stick glued
on.
You
can still this beard underneath where
it's like curling up on one side as well.
It's just got scotch tape holding it down.
And this job is over before it begins.
I was happy to allow it, but you did offer to roll.
No. I didn't hear that.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you for offering the luck roll. Let's see what happens.
Anything above a 0 is a winner, is what I'm hearing.
Come on, Lurk. You got this.
Devil's bargain.
You want to take a devil's bargain?
Oh, hold on. I got a new thing. Can I make it a desperate action?
For a luck roll, no. Because it's not something. A luck roll is simply just...
Well, then I got a 1, so that definitely means
and
that
the
super work
holds true.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will say that they...
not consistent.
They will refuse you entry, and they now know your face.
But not her name. Things are looking up.
For like, they know Travis's.
They know the name Thomas Lightfoot.
Okay, well.
Well, that failed. I should have just let you talk.
There goes 2 out of 4.
They know me as well. I go there all the time.
No.
He's already got a player's card.
All right, so
that's what I mean. I needed them to think I was a whale so that I could have access to other areas.
Yeah.
Have we been texted the information about the needing access to security systems and whatnot? Just out of curiosity.
Yes, I would have been texting you this entire time, like the entire time during brunch, sending emojis and be like, "LOL, oh my god."
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to Lena and see if she can get us access to their security systems when the time comes.
It's gonna be so
Okay.
expensive.
I'll
course
be
it
willing
is.
to trade.
The donut that you stole.
No, not the donut I stole. I'm going to use my connections at the Burlesque Lounge,
Mm.
the Velvet Whispers, to get her premium seats at the next show.
Okay. So
in exchange for access to the casino security systems.
all right. So you once again you go see Lena. And same sort of ordeal. They bring you in, same dark room. She's there typing away. She'll just quickly sort of glance over and go, "Fuck do you want again?"
I'm gonna flop down in the same chair and act like I'm gonna put my feet up on the desk.
Don't
I'm not gonna,
fuck
but I'm gonna act
me.
like it.
This time, like when he goes to move his legs, I'm gonna slap them away.
All right.
Stop it.
The bear
Stop it.
knows.
Things
Yes.
have progressed. We might need some access to some security systems to make sure they're operating correctly, of course, at the casino.
Of Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Well, this is a challenge. You do realize that a casino
But you
is...
love a challenge.
I do love a challenge. You are right. Okay, what's it worth to you?
I'm gonna put the tickets down on the
Season tickets
desk and slide them over. I just be like, if everything goes really well, I'll see if I can talk your way backstage, where you can meet the people at the burlesque show.
And she'll kind of hold the tickets in her hand. Okay. So when you say if it goes well, right? So if I attempt this and I don't succeed, I don't get the tickets.
If we still succeed, now tickets are yours regardless. Tickets are for the attempt.
All right,
Backstage
okay.
is for success.
That's kind of what I wanted to establish. All right, I'm keeping these.
Backstage,
Yeah?
that's if it goes well. Yeah, those are yours.
If it goes well,
these
yeah.
are mine. All right, okay.
Tickets are payment. Backstage is a bonus.
Okay. All right, I will. All right, I need you two to go get me a couple of things. All right, I need a family pack of squashes.
Mm-hmm.
I need some orange soda.
Mm-hmm.
And pretzels.
Because Lena loves orange soda.
I did throw that one in there for you.
I'm not touching that.
I threw that in there for you, Justin.
I know.
All right,
yeah,
you go.
We can get those things.
All right, okay. And she has donuts next to her.
What's the squash? No,
They're sweets.
Squashies, yeah, they're sweets.
Yeah,
I've actually got some here, but you know,
I was thinking I was thinking garden vegetable, and I was like, that's weird to want candy and a garden vegetable, but I'm down for whatever.
I'm glad I'm not the only
sweets that
one.
John buys for my daughter.
Ah.
So when he comes around here for game, he buys her a packet of them, and then she just sits there munching them, and then gets a sugar rush, and then I have to deal with it. It's great.
That's a solid uncle.
Glorious.
I was like, hey, that's an uncle move.
I'm her best friend.
It's true. He is one of her best friends. She says this regularly.
It's because he brings sweets, and you're a jerk.
Whenever we see them in the shop, she's like, "These are the sweets John gets me."
So yeah, she's got her donuts there, but she still wants the sweets, the pretzels, and the soda. Are you getting that for her?
Yeah, we'll go get all that.
All right. So you get her that, and she goes, right, make yourselves comfortable. This might take a while. And it does. It does take a while.
I'm gonna take an old man nap in a chair.
That is very specific.
Never seen old man naps?
Yeah.
Do you here?
He's got it.
You, and she'll kind of lean over to Vol. Here's a Sharpie. Go nuts. Right, she's typing away. And so after a while, she'll go, right, okay, I am in. Now, I'm going to let you guys as players choose whether this is going to be used as part of the engagement role or whether you guys are going to be able to use it as a flashback later on.
Flashback later on?
Yeah, I'm inclined to say the latter.
Flashback.
Yeah.
All right.
Flashback later on.
It will still cost you the stress.
Yep. That's fine.
All right. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've got it. All right. Okay, so I'm in. When do I get my backstage tickets?
When we get back.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So I think all that's left to do now is hug and off you fuck.
Yep.
I'm actually gonna hug her.
No, okay. It was just, fuck off. No. It's too much fucking beard.
Big old teddy bear coming in for a hug.
Jesus Christ. Oh, get off me. Okay, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. Go away.
You know you'll miss me, and I'm just gonna like plonk my way out the door.
Okay. Not grabbing a donut this time.
No, I already had I gotta watch my calories.
Fair enough.
Well, and we need her to like us, considering that she hits a button and this all goes wrong.
Exactly.
She likes me. I'm adorable.
Although as I am walking out the door, I'm just like, I'm so rumbly in my tummy.
and she goes, have a donut.
Oh, they're poison donuts.
Clark instantly suspicious.
Yeah, laxative eclairs, like.
Going to grab the donut. I'm going to take my little jars of honey that I've been leaving everyone. I'm going to take one. I'm going to pour some honey on top, and then I'm going to eat the donut.
Okay. All right. You are going to get the shits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
To harm.
To harm? You're expelling gum you swallowed in the 3rd grade. Like.
Nah, just kidding about the harm. Don't add that.
Oh, okay.
At least one stress.
20 pounds in 14 minutes.
Oh, yeah. For the rest of the day, Zavol is somewhat occupied.
All right. So we teaming everybody else back up at the train?
Yeah. All right. So you team up. And, unless there's anything else somebody wants to do, I think we can start looking at the engagement role.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I got a couple of things I'll bring up to the team while Vol is off doing his thing.
Taking care of business.
So we have a few things going for us so far. We've learned some really interesting things. Is anybody else a little concerned with how easy this seems to be?
We had that feeling last time when we were doing this, and then things went pretty sideways. So I'm just going to rely on the fact that it's just going to go sideways.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go down our checklist here. We have a potential job lined up. Do we know what they want most?
Yes.
She wants. Yeah, we're looking for evidence to shut this lady down long term.
Yes.
All right. And the lady we're shutting down, she's involved in a big art scandal with a rival gang called the Crimson Serpents.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And her sugar daddy at the casino.
Yeah, Cassian at the casino. So we know they do blackmail and extortion and that they've been doing it for a long time. The part that really makes my teeth itch, of course, is the fact that they're effectively grifting, right? They're preying on anybody they can get a hold of. So check number 2, what should we look out for?
I mean,
in reference to what? Like danger, obviously. But
Yeah, but during the job, like what's our roadblocks going to be? What are we?
If that rival gang is working security.
Okay. The good news is I didn't know a lot about them until Mystique brought them up, so likewise I shouldn't know a lot about us. That's a good thing.
I think it's more just generally a getting captured type item because we're in and out looking for information. We're not stealing an item. Well, information is an item, I guess you consider it. Intangible asset.
But you're right. We're not trying to heft gold coins or,
yeah,
magical artifacts off these people.
We're looking for a smoking gun that we can turn into whatever authority figures.
Proper authorities, yeah.
Yeah, that are
Because
here
we're
in the...
good guys.
All right. So check number 3 then is what is our leverage? I think that sounds like what we're after, right? We're looking for leverage to get them shut down. Once we...
It seems like... so this is just what information I've inferred personally. Is that she is using the casino's records, accessing them via Cassius,
yeah,
to target people that have racked up a massive amount of debt. Now, he may not be directly involved, but she is still illegally accessing other people's accounts, so to speak. Or
I would honestly believe that they're targeting and forcing games to win to drive people with art into debt.
Also a distinct possibility. So we need some type of evidence, whether that's digital financial records, paper trails, whatever, anything that we can easily grab and get out with.
A list of targets would be super convenient to find, GM, if those just happen to be on the computer.
Just a little post-it note targets.
Yeah. It's that old joke about the password for the computers on a post-it note.
Now all I'm thinking of is the Zoolander skit where he's like, it's in the computer, and he's just like holding up the computer, and he's like, I've got the files.
All right, so
that's our summary then. Get into the casino, find smoking gun, get out of the casino.
Get out. Yes.
Now, the question is, what tact are you taking? Because this is going to affect the engagement roll.
Why don't
assault, obviously.
Full on frontal assault.
Yeah, kick the door in. No. Why don't we...
Sneaky.
You're friends with a costume maker.
Yep.
Why don't we attend the masquerade?
So do a social entry?
Yeah, Ryan can get us fake IDs and or...
I can't.
Oh, in masquerade, you usually wear a mask. That's convenient.
Yeah. Can get us
Is
fake...
it a masquerade?
Can be.
Oh, it is now. All right.
It is now.
You asked him. He was the one that made the costumes for her event.
Yeah, but those were the wait staff.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go in as wait staff, or if we go in as the masquerade, I mean, either 6 of one, half dozen of another.
Well, I would like to say that there are 4 us-size wait staff outfits in my armor bag at the moment in case they are needed.
Do we want
I was just going to say, waitstaff would have a much easier time of not being in the main area because they're expected to be going behind the scenes.
We could do an outfit change, though, so that we don't have to show our employment records and the fact that one of us is wanted for time card fraud.
do a quick change social entry.
Yeah.
Are we agreed on this?
Surely that can't be an interstate felony.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's not even in a state, it's in a reality.
Yeah.
Okay.
We changed universes.
All right.
So,
still like,
social.
Is it so we're going with social, yeah?
Social.
Okay, social. So you negotiate, bargaining, or persuading. Okay. All right. So you're going with social. All right. So we'll have a look. And so I think the operation, we can say it's pretty bold.
Well,
I mean, would you?
I mean, we're breaking into we're Ocean's 11ing this shit, so yes.
And they made like 11 of those, so it's very easy to do.
Okay, so yeah, we'll say that it is bold, so that gives you a 1D. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target, or hit them where they're the weakest?
Ooh, I don't
She's
know about
never
that
going
one.
to expect to be hit at a party. Like, I feel like I would have my guard down if I was at like a social event on my home turf, like with my friends around me. That would be like win.
And the fact that we've got the security systems in our back pocket.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
and that's still.
I think going
Sorry.
over that, I'm happy to give you guys 3d6 for the engagement roll.
All right.
Okay.
GM.
Yes.
My weaving the web that I turned on earlier, activated earlier, does give me a +1d to the engagement roll for the operation if I used it for that.
Okay.
So
4d6 then.
4d6. Yay!
Okay.
I did a thing. I was helpful.
Okay, so 4d6, and I'm going to roll that when we get back.